my good friend Zoe and Jared. Welcome to the
Hello.
podcast of Defining the American Dream. First
Great to be
question,
here.
what does freedom mean to you?
You're free to do what you want, but
Free
not.
to do your own
But you still have a responsibility to your fellow man to not be a pee head.
Did your parents teach you that?
Yeah, and I've also from life experiences. Because being mean makes me feel bad.
It's true. Being mean does make you feel.
So I'm also free to be nice.
How and why are you pursuing this dream?
How?
I'm in college, that's how.
I'm putting myself in thousands of dollars in debt to get a job to pay off that debt, and then when I pay off the debt, I will die.
What was the moment you knew that you would be a computer science major?
I wanted to be a police officer, and my dad was like, that doesn't make enough money. So then he made me go be an FBI person, but then it seemed like being good at computers would be good with that. What about you, Jared?
I've been artistic like my whole life, so everyone was always like, they always knew I was gonna go to art school. No one was surprised. Everyone was like, yeah, you should do art. Ever since I was like, I think like 14, everyone was like, have you started looking into like art colleges and art programs? That's when people like really started to get on my ass about it.
I apply art to my eyeballs so I can look at it.
The pursuit of happiness. That's something that a lot of artists kind of go through, I think. It's gonna make me happy, but is it gonna give me opportunity? What would you think about? What would you say to that?
The shit that I like to do wouldn't get me a job of like, it wouldn't give me a traditional job. I might be able to like work as like somebody's like YouTube editor or something like that, but I mean, I'd be happy just to have like a job like a design company.
Couldn't you be somebody's YouTube editor right now? What's stopping you from doing that?
I have no skills in YouTube editing.
Oh,
And-
it's pretty easy.
I'm not very confident in the skills that I do have, so I wouldn't want to edit for anyone.
Oh,
I
What
feel
a-
like... What?
what do you feel like?
I feel pretty comfortable right now. I was gonna say that I feel like you can have hobbies and then you can have like a job, right? So let's say you enjoy like YouTube, that can be your hobby. It doesn't necessarily have to be your job. So when it's like the thing that you do,
Yeah, but it's pretty.
no. I'm sorry. Were you starting a sentence in the middle of mine?
it's pretty. You made me lose my train of thought.
You're pretty.
Yeah, the people who can do YouTube and sustain a living through that are pretty lucky people.
Yeah. Well, I've heard that YouTube doesn't pay enough money, so then they have to like do like a Patreon on top of it or like other stuff.
That's true.
Like one guy, he streams and also makes YouTube videos, and on his Twitch streams, he's like, YouTube doesn't pay shit. Like
No
he
one
gets
was
like
surprised by that.
he gets like a penny from like every 3 videos or something, and he has a lot of people that watch. I don't know. That's an over exaggeration, but you know what I mean.
It doesn't help when they,
Demonetize?
yeah, like every other video.
Yeah.
Like in the early days of YouTube, I heard it be compared very heavily with like the original American Dream, where everybody has the potential.
Yeah, where everyone works for themselves and everyone can pretty much do whatever they want.
And,
there's really
anybody can be
no-
famous. Anybody can be successful.
Yeah, that's the whole, the original appeal of YouTube, and even the appeal of YouTube now is still the fact that, yeah, you can do anything. There is no limit upon your content.
Do you feel that there was ever like an equivalent to demonetization in the real American world?
Yeah.
Like what?
You know.
I mean, any kind of, like in art, I guess, like limitations within workplaces, obviously.
Oh
It's
yeah,
almost
like
like real life demonetization.
I feel like in real life, it's not that you won't get paid for it. It's just that you just straight up get censored.
Censoring is almost like demonetization in real life.
Well, because YouTube, they can demonetize it so you don't get money, but then they also just straight up censor it and just like take the video down. But in real life, there's not really a thing like that. Rather, the closest thing would just be no one's gonna buy what you're making. That's not really demonetization. That's just you made something that is not in demand.
That's a good point.
Yeah, good job bouncing off of it.
I'm sorry.
That's it. We need to make a late night podcast.
My first radio interview.
Yo, people are gonna be like, are they high? But we're not. We're just giggling. Bro, like the world is just so surreal, you know.
We were talking about how we could let the world die in art.
Oh,
Like how to like speed up the process. We weren't
Just-
talking about how to save the world. We were just like straight up, how do we end this?
You just support big companies and they'll lead the
Honestly,
world
some
for
good
you.
points were made. Jeff had a good idea about how to help like kill the Great Barrier Reef.
What do you mean? You just go in there with a Tommy gun and start shooting up the place.
Bullets don't.
Clorox bullets.
Oh, okay.
No, a paint gun that shoots bleach. Why are you drawing on me?
I'm not.
What's the next question right now?
How has your background defined your outlook on life and patriotism?
I was raised Catholic.
Yeah?
Yeah.
We had a very the army mentality in our family. My dad was in the army, and he said to my mom that he never wanted any of us to ever like join the army because that's how terrible his experience was.
Really?
And my grandpa was in the army too, and that was his same thing. He didn't want any of his kids to. That's everybody on that side of the family are very don't join the army. It'll be the worst experience of your life. And my other grandparents they're Mennonites, so they're against armed violence, so they don't want us joining the army. So as far as patriotism goes, they're not on board. I mean, we weren't raised to be like
Patriotism doesn't have to be about war. It can be about. Well, I can't really define patriotism in my life, really.
What are you, a communist?
No,
You don't support the troops?
No, I do.
the troops.
Hey, that's the plan.
Put that on the radio.
No.
I'm proud to be an American to a certain extent, but I want to know what everybody's so. Yeah, I like the
Yeah, I
song.
agree.
I want to know why everybody's so passionate about it. Like, I'm not passionate about it, but
Like, America's fine, but it's not the greatest country. It's not the best country. Like, we're just a landmass. Like, can everyone just go home and off?
Which country?
See, that's exactly what I'm talking about.
I-
Is that who would have said that like 100 years ago? Nobody would have said
Yeah,
that.
exactly.
I agree that the United States of America is not a perfect country, but is there really a country?
Sweden is the perfect country.
Yeah. Is there a country that is objectively better and more
Sweden.
influential?
Every other country.
Yeah.
Madagascar.
Madagascar is
better
not
country.
influential.
Madagascar has animated animals living on it, okay? They have 4 movies.
That's where
They're a
that's
better
where the
country than
furries
us. That's why they're better.
I'd say America's probably at least number 3 in the most influential countries.
I'd say China's pretty influential,
But does that make it
they're
good?
also pretty
No.
shitty over there.
I mean, we did drop a bomb on some people over
Japan.
there.
That's Japan.
Are you
It's in that general area, bro. We've done some
actual racism? Hello?
actual racism. We did some to Japan.
Yo, do you guys remember the Tiananmen Square massacre? I sure don't. Never happened.
That's way off topic. Can you talk
Okay.
more about your American background?
I was born in America.
I come from the backwoods. F***ing guns, trucks, and Jesus. You don't get more patriotic than that. People wear boots that have like the American flag on them.
That's actually disrespectful.
Fucking, it's like a thing. Yeah, that's where I come from. I'm surrounded by like patriotism.
Yeah.
I was
People go hard out there.
I'm not gonna finish that sentence.
Don't make it harder for Carson to edit this.
I already have to edit out all the F words.
What, you mean
Censor it.
like, what, you mean fridge?
Just use a
Um,
dolphin
wait.
noise.
Okay, well, wait, yeah. Okay, use this to censor all of the F words.
I'm not gonna do that.
Would you have any other questions, Carson?
How does the
Yeah.
trans community feel about America?
I mean, I was pretty offended when Trump tried to make us not exist. Although, like, I honestly, like, well, this goes
Or
back to, like,
not America, but the American dream about like pursuing your goals. Is it from my point of view? It looks like it's very hard to pursue your dreams if you're
Yeah.
like a burgeoning different culture.
I feel like
it depends. Well, I mean, it depends on a lot of things. It depends on where you are with, like, being trans, like, within, like, your own transition. If you've completely transitioned, then there's very little chance that any employers would even know of your gender identity, so it wouldn't matter. You could just walk in and be like, yes, I am a cis man, you know, and not really have anybody question it. I feel like when you're our age and you're younger and it's incredibly obvious that you're transgender, I think it's like a lot harder.
or if you don't pass at all.
Because a lot of people will be like, yeah, like something's not adding up between your name and your pronouns and the way that you physically are.
Yeah.
And so I feel like a lot of people would not be too great about that. A lot of employers wouldn't like it.
I've actually been like pretty like out of the loop for trans stuff. So I only like recently kind of discovered that I was trans, and I also don't follow the news at all. So,
Right,
like,
but that's why I guess that's why it's more important to start early if you're gonna do that.
Yeah.
yeah,
I'm stealth trans.
I think
so.
people are being more accepting of it lately.
yeah, it's almost like we're
I
not.
mean, I'll never
Some
be
people are
drafted, so I'm
decent
not
human
mad
beings.
about it.
That's true.
Yo, do you remember when the Pope said that trans people are like nuclear bombs?
I don't remember that. Which pope
You-
was that?
Our current
The current
Pope.
Pope?
Yeah, he was saying he compared trans people to nuclear bombs because they both destroyed large groups of people.
Who? Wait, when?
I mean, if you look up Pope compares trans people to nuclear bombs, it will be like the first result, a news article of like them saying the quote that it was in. And look,
Okay.
listen,
I
dude.
don't know if I'm gonna include that because the Pope's not doesn't have anything to do with.
Yeah,
the
you're right.
American
He's
dream.
not even American. He's Italian.
Yeah.
Dumb bitch.
Also,
Okay, what's your next point?
Whoa, wait. I was gonna say
this is
today.
only supposed to be 10 minutes long. By the way.
Today in class, the Emory girls were like referring to me and using feminine pronouns a bunch, which is super nice. But I heard somebody being like, just don't ask. And another person was like whistling, trying to like, woo, like, so that was funny.
With how much conflict there is in America, is there something like the American dream that unifies us as a people?
No. Care to elaborate? No. No, I feel like
Just finding somebody. Like, if we're being like real, if there's like one thing across the board, just like finding somebody. Not even like a romantic. Maybe just like friends.
Probably just make friends with people that think differently than you and express different opinions. It's okay to be friends with people that don't see eye to eye to you all the time.
Yeah.
I feel like what everybody can agree on is to find friends and like a partner. I feel like the one thing people would disagree specifically on that is how your partner is in relationship to you, right? So like, you're a guy.
Yeah.
Some people would disagree. Well, and you're straight, but hypothetically, if you're gay, people would disagree that you should find another man to be your partner, right? But that's like specifics. In general, I feel like everyone can agree that finding a partner or just friends in general is very important to the American dream.
Yeah. Making connection.
Yeah,
Good answer. Good answer.
thanks.
Do you feel that new generations have the same values as older ones
No.
when it comes to ambition and pride?
They can't. We don't be dead.
Why?
Well, we wouldn't be
What are you
dead.
talking
If
about?
we had like the same ambition, well, you can't, because as the generations go by and as the world evolves, if you have the same ambition and pride as people 400 years ago, like, it's not going to work out. You have to evolve with the world as it moves forward. So obviously, the way that I think everybody's seen this with like even like us and our parents, I'm sure we've run into conflict about the different ways that our generation is different from theirs. I mean, you have to evolve.
Stagnation is death. If humans do not continually change their goals and have differing opinions, I feel like we just kind of grow complacent and lose our spot as the apex predator.
It's not good and it's not bad. But I mean, like, there's nothing wrong with like even like the Fortnite kids. Like, that's just their generation. Like, yeah, it's annoying and we don't get it. But like, it's a thing. What I'm saying is, like, every generation just like evolves and like,
Yeah.
why, like, if they want to play Fortnite, like, hell yeah, go for it. Like, I still hate it and I don't understand it, but like, have your stuff.
Anyone who actually thinks people who play Fortnite are like dumb and are like hard thinking that and is like objectively like Fortnite's a bad game objectively is literally an old man shaking their fist at kids playing.
Well, part of that is because like the biggest reason is because like that's how we got treated.
Did you
When we
s-
had like our fucking like Snapchat and stuff, people would just be like, "Oh, you guys are so dumb," and that's like what we're doing to them now. And we're just like, "Oh, you guys want to play Fortnite? Oh, that's so stupid."
Yo, who
Yeah.
wants to floss with me right now?
No.
I hate it when people floss.
What?
Did you see the South Park? Oh, you know what South Park?
No.
Oh, never mind.
I watched
There's
One
a
Punch
South
Man.
Park episode where PewDiePie guest stars in it. It has like
Really?
a cameo in it, and it's all about like how the two main kids, Stan and Kyle, they're acting like grumpy old men because they're like, how could these like Kyle has a younger brother who watches Let's Plays, and it's like, how could these kids watch other people play video games? Back in my day, we played the
Mhm.
video games. It's like, wait, are we getting old?
Was PewDiePie like actually like using his voice?
Yeah, he had a little face cam at the top left corner.
Was
I
it
mean,
in
that's
the,
just resentment, though.
was it in the South Park style or was
No,
it?
it was him. It was his face cam.
Oh, actually, oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Maybe not so much resentment as much as just like missing out of the fact like we don't understand it and we don't get it, so we're just like, oh well, then it's horrible just because we don't understand it, we don't get it. We're like, oh well, then that makes it stupid just because we're missing out.
Well, how many times do?
Sorry, I keep cutting you off.
No, that time we actually just started at the same time. I'll let you go this time.
That was kind of what I was going for though, was with that question, was that it's kind of universal throughout time for older generations to judge the youth of that time.
Circle of life.
Yeah.
Well, I've also heard that it's kind of like our parents were raised the same way, and they survived and had kids. So obviously, the way they were raised is the correct way. And so then when their kids deviate from their own path, it's like, this is new, and it could be dangerous. And so then that's why it's like, they want to like, feel like they have like a set path for you.
Do you feel that there's ever gonna be a point where there's too much change in the world? Like something is actually gonna break?
I feel like
No, because there'll always be a younger generation who's down for it. Because to that generation, that's gonna be all they know.
Right.
Even like with us, to someone like my grandparents, like Snapchat is something like that, like breaks the world. It's too much change. But to us, it's just Snapchat. Like to us, we're just like, oh, Snapchat sucks.
your grandparents are stupid.
What I'm saying is, yeah, I don't think there will ever be a point where we'll be like, this is too much, we've gone too far, because there'll always be a younger generation who understands it, and it'll be like, this is so cool. Freaking
Yeah.
cars that hover 800 feet off the
I thought
ground.
you meant the movie.
That's awesome.
I don't think
Cars the movie, part 87.
I don't think anybody would
electric
disagree
boogaloo.
that that's a bad thing. Nobody would say, "Oh, flying cars, that's a bad
I
thing,"
feel like the gay.
unless it was bad for the environment.
Yo, could you imagine if you got someone from like the 1400s to be like, how do you feel about gay people? And they're like, they to this be abominations. They'd see current day and they would just have a stroke and die like on the spot.
Well, you
Like, on
could say
job.
that about anything. You could say that about this thing in my hand.
Well, no, because
You could
I
say
feel
that
like-
about just our appearance. It wouldn't have to be anything. Like, that's the whole point. It would just, if you
Or a handheld lighter.
if you could just time
like,
travel.
demon magic.
If you time travel, just you standing there would be enough to give them a stroke, because the way that we look and our hairstyles and just the way that we're dressed would be enough to push them over the
I
edge.
feel
What
like
if they saw a guy with the mohawk?
I feel like going on like conceptual stuff, like the concept of same-sex relationships would give them a stroke. Your appearance may give them a stroke too on a conceptual level.
I mean, I'm just saying, as far as like, if you're gonna like time travel, you don't need to pull out like crazy be like, ooh, this is Snapchat,
If they-
this is a phone. Like, you can just be like, we look so much different than what you're used to, and they freak out like, who the are you? Where are you from?
No, they'd see me and be like, wow, Bruce has short hair, a weird shirt with dyes on it. And
Yeah, but that's
pants.
that would freak them out, because there wasn't writing on shirts, and they'd be like, "Why does your shirt say something? What fabric is it? What's with this?" They didn't even have short sleeve shirts. Everything, like, that's the
They
point.
did.
The smallest thing, well, the thing, like the smallest would like blow their minds. Like,
it would
that's
blow
the
their
whole
minds,
point.
but it wouldn't like shock them to their core and be like, why the beep would you do this? Like they wouldn't disagree with it on a conceptual.
Do you have another question, Carson?
Oh yeah.
Well, going a bit more modern. Like, 100 years
Hi.
ago, when there was massive influx of immigration from like the European countries, and
Was there?
Yes.
yeah, like from Germany and Italy, and
Why speak in German?
it's good. Das sprechen Sie Deutsch?
What'd you just say to me? Like, what? No. What were the words you just spoke?
Do you speak German?
No. In German, what'd you say?
Das sprechen Sie German?
Das sprechen Sie Deutsch?
Back to immigration, please.
Yeah, sorry, my bad.
1919, lots of German, Italians, French coming over.
And Swiss and all them.
Yeah.
They came over here to have a good life, and they were expecting the greatest for all. Like, that was the beauty of it, was that anybody could be anything. It was like Barbie, you can do anything, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Do you think that attitude has changed at all in newer generations? Are people still so confident in their ability to do stuff? Because it's like people, like, I think the common thing is like the doomer generation. You know about that?
Yo, I'm a
Where
bloomer.
Everybody's so depressed all the time. It's true. Depression is a real problem with the youth, and it's not as, I don't think it's as confident as it was 100 years ago. But maybe it's just like
Well, I
I'm seeing
think-
it through rose tinted eyes.
more personally.
They had more problems.
What do you
though.
mean rose tinted eyes? You weren't alive back then.
They were all black and white.
I mean, as far as like that goes, I think one is just like the honesty of it, because like that back then, like that was like a lie. I mean, obviously you could come here and like start your own business and things, but you know, not everyone
The
was
American
gonna
dream
have,
is a lie?
not everybody
The
was
news
gonna
comes
come
out.
here and have, you know, just this perfect apple pie life. And I think more people, I mean, obviously more people are aware of that now. And it's not like, oh, I'm going to go to college, I'm going to do this thing, or I'm going to have a job and everything's going to work out. Everyone's like, yeah, I'm going to drop out of my second year and I'm going to, you know, be smoking crack behind a dumpster at an airport. I mean, I think more people like realize like their stats in life, you know, just like there's like an 86% chance I get it. Maybe I don't. If not, I'll go work at like Menards.
86% is like pretty good odds.
Maybe we're just hearing the success stories from the successful people. We're not hearing about all the people that died trying to make a living.
I might drop out my third year and smoke crack behind an airport dumpster. I don't know yet.
I feel like it was
It's a possibility.
I think
I
it's
haven't
like-
X'd it out yet.
a sinusoid graph, right? A bunch of white people came over and they're like, ah, yeah, people like me, let's do it. And they're all like positive. And then,
Gonna be racist up in here.
And then what?
let me phrase this correctly. And then a bunch of people that were different from them came in, and the possibility for those new immigrants having a good life kind of like dropped a bit, right? Because they're like, we look different. We didn't like that. And then now it's kind of going back up as people are getting more accepting.
People were racist of Italians back then.
Mhm.
Yeah?
Yeah,
The mob
they're-
killed a lot of people.
Dude, English people wanted to eat the Irish babies and make them into clothes.
Hell yeah.
okay.
Irish baby's tasty as fuck.
Dude,
know,
it's
that was-
almost been half an hour
that was
already, and I don't
satire.
have much content for. I mean,
Chop it up, bro.
it's great, but it doesn't have much context for the
Just
American
take
dream.
out every third word.
Yeah.
No, leave in every third word, so it's, you know, 10
Well, I guess that was all my questions.
Oh, what?
Okay.
Okay, can I just cuss a bunch now?
No.
No. Shoot, dang, frick, off.
Can I blow on the mic?
Yeah,
No.
Where is it? Where's the mic?
figure it out. That was the. Yeah.
That's your... Oh, I can see it spiking.
Thank you.
No problem. Carson.
That was Jared and Zoe on the topic of American Dream and various other topics.
I'm sorry we weren't the most serious during it.
It was very interesting, and I hope you enjoyed. Goodbye. Zoe, plug your Twitter.
Oh yeah,
Wait, can I put my Twitter too?
wait, can
Yeah.
I plug my Twitch instead?
Both of you plug your social media.
I don't want to plug my Twitter. It's a cursed place. My Twitch is twitch.tv /Zoeverto ZOE_VERTO. You can donate money to my PayPal. And it'll be great.
Can I plug whatever I want?
Yeah.
Again, follow me on TikTok. Jared can't even. I'm trying to make it to 14K, dude. Don't give me that look.
14K followers?
Yeah.
What? No, you don't. Do you really?
13,000.5 current.
If I get like 18
Wow.
more, if I get 18
I'm gonna
more
get to
followers,
4,000, bro.
I can get affiliated on Twitch and then have like a sub button.
I'd give you my Twitter,
Wow.
but it's hot trash.
Okay.
I'm subscribed to 2 people on Twitter. I think this guy right over here and one person that follows
You
a
don't
lot.
follow me on Twitter.
Oh, I don't?
No, I've never given you my Twitter.
Oh, and I guess the only person I follow on Twitter is a person that is followed to a bunch of porn accounts. So,
Oh,
Well-
maybe that is me.
yo, can I plug my my DeviantArt account?
No. Please don't.
Hey guys, if you want some inflation porn,
It's not.
Yo!
Actually, it's not inflation. It's a way to gain.
okay. Yeah, I guess that's true. They're always eating chocolate
Damn,
cake or
the
something.
ignorance, Carson.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's fine. It's whatever.
Well, that was the American Dream podcast starring Zoe and Jared.
And
Come
I'll-
back next week.
And with our wonderful host Carson.
Where we discuss whether or not Twinkies should be brought back onto the market.
No.